This is the Dawg Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Britz. Syracuse goes into Notre Dame, defeats the Fighting Irish 62-61, and not completely a perfect game for Syracuse. Probably their best game this season, though. Let's face it. Joseph Girard gets off the snide. Jessee doesn't fall out. Those are Christmas presents I asked for yesterday. I got them. So I'm a kid on Christmas morning right now, even though it's the afternoon. But Edwards, 22 points, 14 rebounds, no fouls. Amazing. Didn't happen all last season in 24 games he played. It hasn't happened in the 7 games prior till today. So that's a win in itself, right? He stays on the court. He doesn't fall out. He gets the ball early and often because Notre Dame had no one that could guard him, and he was a beast. So that's one. Joseph Girard, his struggles have been well documented by me to saying if he can't shoot, he can't play. Well, early on in the game, gets a couple buckets. Joe's back. I asked for 2 3-pointers from him. I got them. He shot 2 for 10 from the 3-point line today. Not great. The team shot 3 for 18 overall. Justin Taylor hit the other 3, but it wasn't so much just 3-pointers. That's what I asked for, just to get him off the snide. But he got some easy buckets, some deflections on defense, which is also a bonus to my present that I asked for. He had some kind of shots that you didn't think he was in his bag, where it was like almost like a spin move jump shot. He went backdoor, scored a layup late off a John Jock pass. And it's obvious that Syracuse needs Edwards and they need Girard. You know, I think I said that one other podcast before. I'm not sure. They all kind of blend together at points, but those guys need to be on the floor and being productive for them to win. Mintz is great. The freshmen, a lot of them have talent. Mintz had 9 points. So between Edwards, Mintz, and Girard, they had 51 of the 62 points. You know, Taylor had a couple. John Jock had a couple. Benny Williams had a bucket. So Bell had a bucket. But it was mostly the seniors carrying the team. Another present I asked for was Judah Mintz to have a couple dunks. You know, that were on SportsCenter top 10 like the last game. Didn't get those. It's kind of like when I asked for a leather jacket for Christmas. It's nice. It looks nice. It's flashy, but it's not really that practical. He gets the big game-winning basket, though. So it's like I got a nice utility LL Bean jacket instead. I'll take it. How about John Jock coming in, filling his role? He knows he's not an offensive threat. Notre Dame knew that too. He had a bucket, but he had 4 assists, and a couple of them to Jesse Edwards, you know, in the interior, but a really important backdoor cut to Joseph Girard for that layup that I mentioned before. And if you had told me, I don't know, at any point in the season, even last week after the Bryant game, that John Jock would affect the Notre Dame game, I'd probably have given you like 501 odds on that. But hey, man, that's why you play the games between the lines. As Charles Barkley said, sports is the best. It's a man-on-man. You got to beat me. And John Jock came in and showed that he can play in a tough ACC battle. So what does that mean for the rest of the guys? You know, I always talk about Copeland, Brown. It just, to me, it almost means like there's the window of opportunity is there for a lot of the guys on the bench. Justin Taylor played a lot more today than Chris Bell. It was more on defense. You know, last week against Bryant, he was the main scorer. This week, you know, it was him getting out on the wings. Leshevsky, leading scorer, 17 points per game. He had 2 points. J.J. Starlin, the local product from Baldwinsville, 13 points usually a game. He had 7 points. So those guys got out on the wing, and that's why the zone defense worked. It also worked because Joseph Girard, you know, and Mintz played well at the top of the key with deflections and moving around. And Mintz had some bad plays here and then, so did Girard. But overall, they played under control. The team only had 4 turnovers. So 4 turnovers against Notre Dame and South Bend equals a win. Where does the team go from here? Next week, they play against Oakland and Georgetown. I will be at the Georgetown game. Dawg crew in effect. Maybe on the football field doing something before the game. Definitely be tons of content. Look out for that. But between now and then, that's all I got for the Dawg podcast. Have a good night.